about the female characters in a Gothic romance novels. As Daniel Reynolds states that the settings of Gone Home connects it to a long history of representation in women's novels that aligns the female characters with domestic spaces and map aspects of their emotional lives onto the details and content of those spaces. I will be talking about domestic details and how are they related to female characters in both works of Bronte, Jane Eyre, and the Fullbright Company Gone Home video game. First, I will start with Jane Eyre. The novel follows Jane's maturation and focuses on the emotion experiences that accompany her into adulthood. At each stage of her development, the house was a central stage for her emotions, relationships, and connection with the world. Since childhood at Gateshead Hall, she was an orphan who lived with her aunt, Mrs. Reeds. However, there were major conflicts between Jane and her auntie. One day, for example, and as a punishment for Jane, her aunt imprisoned her in the Red Room, the room in which Jane's uncle Reeds died. She believes that she believes that she sees her uncle ghost, and she screams and faints. After that, the red room becomes a symbol which represent her sense of imprisonment and exile. It reappears as a memory whenever Jane is being isolated or humiliated. For example, she thinks of the room on the night that she decided to leave Thornfield Hall and Rochester. Now moving on into the game settings of Gun Home, the video games draws on elements of Gothic horror and Gothic themes such as mystery. As Kathleen returned home from a year overseas and she did not find anyone to welcome her home. The only thing she found is a note on the front door from her sister telling her that she had gone and don't look for me. The only thing you could do as a player in such a situation is to explore the porch and think of any objects that can help to reveal the mysteries. The player must explore the house objects, and listen to the voiceovers notes to piece together what happened to her sister and the parents. But the main player character is Kathleen, which the games run from her optical point of view, with her opinions and preferences expressed through on screen text narration. However, Samantha's journals, which is the voiceover, it draw a whole picture of what's her story is. For example, when Kathleen opens the front door, the first from a series of entries from Sam's journal is heard in Samantha's voice. They relate the story of Samantha's relationship with her girlfriend Looney as it progresses to physical intimacy. In the journal entries, Samantha recounts her parents' opposition to the relationship and her other troubles with her family life. However, going backwards more with Samantha's notes, I will explore one of these notes. This notes from Samantha's journal titled First Day at School.
So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class, and I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl. Great.
Then they start calling her the Psycho House Girl. It brings the theme, when I first hear the Psycho House Girl, it brings immediately the theme of mystery of the Gothic big houses that is full of secrets and horror. But more important, it is the first identity of Samantha at her new school. It stems from being called the Psycho House Girl at the school. her identity or her new identity at the school starts by this name. Also, it was the catchphrase that introduces her to Lonnie, and then she later invites her to explore the house, or what she called the psycho house tour. So the house have a big secrets or and mysteries. With the mystery, the main theme is running through the whole notes, narrating notes. Also, Kathleen finds out about the mystery of her parents. She makes this surprising discoveries about her parents. First, the house belonged to her uncle, which turned out that her father has been sexually abused when he was a kid by the same uncle that the house belongs to. Also, she found out the mystery about the mother. Looking at the house objects, she finds out that her mother has had an affair with a co-worker. And as I said before, one of the objects she discovered, it reveals her father has been sexually abused by her uncle. However, the game is going through a series of objects and over voice-over notes, but the source of voiceovers remain ambiguous until the end of the game, when they are revealed to be words from a journal that Samantha composed and left on the attic. The choice of the attic is very significant. It represents the location where the mad and isolated characters of the Gothic romance stays or lives. It is a horror place. Also, after finishing the whole game, the mystery of the house and the family's character are revealed by discovering the domestic settings and engaging with the house surroundings and house objects that can lead to the revelation of deep secrets and mysteries that could be hidden for generations. Also, I like to end this with a very good paragraph from Reynolds. He talks about the house. The house is materialized form of the character development. The players something of this sees something of this character, and to a lesser degree, Kathleen in the objects that are important to them, and in their articulation of their own perspective through letters, notes, and journal. That's it.